EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we hit double digits, Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Right to the air is Jackson. Dumps it off to Edwards. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. You look at this Browns defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Back at the 22-yard line.
On third down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Browns will take over, first and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it first and 10 at their 38. Into space at the 45. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. It's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I think I'm being generous with that number.
To throw is DTR. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
But Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance, going for it on fourth. Going for it, Thompson Robinson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. You look at this Browns defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
They held them to well under 200 yards of total offense. That's a number you can really focus on, too, because the way offenses run in today's game, they're usually pretty smooth, and they give you a lot of misdirection, a lot of trickery. They were able to hold in there and stuff them.
Now it's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The Ravens at 4-5, a game under 500. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. In motion left goes Smith. They go play action with Jackson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
It's the score, Browns 7, Ravens nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Isabella now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really...
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
After one, it's 9-0.
Let's go now.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. A give running right is Chubb. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Play action, now Thompson Robinson. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to widen their advantage. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now their hill to climb has gotten taller. They had the safety last time they had the football. That led to the touchdown a moment ago. So that deficit going in the wrong direction as they try to right the ship here. 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1 yard gain.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
At the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Thompson Robinson now to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. On 4th down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mike Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Jackson going to change things up a bit. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Hey, report! Report! Hey! Report!
In motion left goes a tight end. Play action. It's Jackson. Now he'll escape to his left. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
That's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Hey, middle.
4th down, here's Jackson. That one complete to Crochet. And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down, it would appear. And yes, the chain gang going to move the sticks. They take a risk on 4th and 4, but they get it by a full yard. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll try and run for the 1st with Edwards. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. To throw is Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Off the play fake, Thompson Robinson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Thompson Robinson now. And this one is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. picked off by Anthony Walker. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that'll keep this a 9-point game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 21, here's a second down and 4.
Check it.
No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down. And quickly, they get to the line. Third down from the gun, Thompson Robinson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Come on. Hey. 18, pioneer. Go.
The DTR going to throw it here. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Thompson Robinson again on 2nd and 10. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Sticking to the air, hits Thompson Robinson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
trying to improvise. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Ready, break.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
At the Ravens' 8-yard line.
Thompson Robinson off of play action. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there, with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned,
there he goes left side. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And no pitch there and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. That's going deep for Bateman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the...
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Play action.
22-yard line.
Now Jackson on the move to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time,
keep advancing the ball down the field.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Powers through. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. And it's...
Here we go.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Thompson Robinson will look to throw.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
65 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And again, it's Chubb.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Throwing, Thompson Robinson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Down to the 25. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Play action, now Thompson Robinson.
And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Martin Emerson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Go right here. Let's go, let's go.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And going deep for Hill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return here will go to the